Okay, this is today's how-to video, and this is how to chisel out hinge pockets for butt hinges used on internal doors or external doors. That's if you've got a wooden external doors, that is. So, this is Big Barry, and here we go. So what we've done first of all is we've fitted this nice looking oak door here. This has been planed to suit the opening size. And we've already fitted the hinges onto the hinge side. And today we're going to be using 75mm butt hinges that have got a bearing on them. And the reason we're using those bearing hinges is because of the weight of the door. And these bearings here will just help the door open and close. So we've done the door, and we always chisel out the thickness of one leaf into the door, and we'll have a look at that in a moment. And we screw those hinges on to the door first. Then we've come over to the door lining, and we've offered the door into position, and we've marked out the position of where we're going to be cutting out our hinges. And here's one that I've already done. You can see here that I've chopped this out. And we chop that out using a chisel, which I'll come on to in a minute. But we need to make sure that that pocket, so this pocket here, is chiseled out adequate to the thickness of that metal. And we call that metal there a leaf. So one leaf, one thickness of the leaf wants to be chiseled into there. So we can see in there now. Now I just hold that into position. I've not screwed it up yet, but that is flush. If anything, we want it slightly below the surface, but that usually pulls itself in when we put the screws. Okay, so you can do these in any order, it doesn't matter. That's the middle one done, and the top one, I'm in the process now of starting to chisel that out there. Okay, so that one's needs chiseling out. We'll have a look at that just in a moment. And the bottom one here is marked out ready to chisel. Okay, we can see that there, it's ready. We'll do that just in a second. And we're going to need some tools. We're going to need a nice chisel. And when you're selecting a chisel to do this job, really what you're looking at is for a chisel where the leaf is roughly, the chisel, can you see there? The chisel is slightly wider than the leaf of the hinge. That means that when you're chiseling out here, you can chisel that out evenly, and you're not going to need to chisel multiple times. Okay? So what we do, we score around the outer edge, first of all. So we score the bottom, we score the top, and we score down that edge. We turn our chisel onto a slight angle, 45-degree angle, and we chisel inwards 1, 2, 3, 4, randomly, all the way down until we get to the bottom. And because we've put our chisel on an angle, what that allows us to do, it allows us then to put our chisel on there and run that up, and that takes those loose particles out. Okay, now it's difficult when I'm trying to film at the same time, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my chisel in here, and very carefully I'm going to chisel inwards and just pare out all of that remaining timber so that we get a nice hinge pocket chiseled out like that. Okay, and that is how we chisel out for butt hinges into a door lining.